So it's raining today, so we're all in here by the fire, and Bill is sharpening up a knife that we found. It's pretty dull, he says.
Yeah, it probably had never been sharpened before. We stopped at a little park in town and let Belle out to go to the bathroom, and I was walking around with her, and I just happened to look down, and it was laying in the grass. Somebody, I guess, dropped it.
We're going to tell you what we heard this morning. That was YouTube, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lawyer talking. He's talking about different laws and stuff, but this was in Australia, actually, is what he said, I believe. Anyway, a guy was sitting on his horse somewhere, I don't know where, talking on his cell phone, and he got cited for it, for not having hands-free.
Was he moving or just sitting on his horse?
Well, he said in the talk that he was just sitting there, but they consider, that's a form of transportation. It's like a car. I don't ever get out on the road hardly with the horses. Neither one of us do anymore. There's better places to ride than the road, and we're lucky we have better places. Maybe they're watching the satellites and see if I'm talking on my cell phone on the horse when I'm riding.
Yeah, the guy got a ticket for talking on his phone on a horse.
Yeah.
You gotta have hands-free phone. That's what it was.
Yeah, to ride a horse.
And Bill says, well, there's no place to plug in a horse for hands-free. So we thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Get a ticket.
My horse don't have Bluetooth.
And this kind of talking about horses. We knew this guy down there in Texas.
Oh yeah.
He'd go to the bar a lot, but he rode his horse. His horse was that horse was so connected. If he had travel, he'd take his horse with him.
Yeah.
So he'd go to the bar and get drunk, and the horse would be out there on the hitching post, and he'd get on that horse. The horse would bring him home. Yeah. So if a cop come by, see him drunk, is he drunk driving? But the horse is driving.
Yeah, he was a good fella.
Yeah, and that was a good horse too.
Yeah, he had a good horse. We went riding when he lived around us. He and I would go riding. I didn't drink anything at all at that time in my life. He did. He was always drinking. Not always, but he was drinking a lot. And he would carry a few beers in his saddlebags. We'd go riding. And I seen him do this on one occasion. He got down and he tipped that bottle up, and that horse would drink that beer. Some horses will drink beer. He'd put it in his mouth, and that old horse would just guzzle it down. And the next day, he come by the house on his horse, and that old horse had bloodshot eyes.
Both of them was drinking.
Yeah, both of them was drinking. And I tried it with our horses one time, a long time ago.
Yeah, we found some beer.
We found 2 bottles of beer that hadn't been opened up in the mountains on the side of the road. We were just riding along on an old dirt road. For whatever reason, somebody threw them out.
They still had lid on them.
Yeah, they hadn't been broke. They still hadn't been broke. So I got down and got one of them, and I thought, I wonder, because horses will eat cigarettes too. They'll eat tobacco. That's what used to worm your horses.
Yeah, worm them.
With actually chewing tobacco. But anyway, I opened a bottle of beer and I held it up. This one horse I was on,
He took a big drink.
he just took a great big drink. I held the bottle up and he nothing like that. He looked around for just a second and he went.
He's a spit it out.
Brand, I don't know.
It was so funny.
But But our horses would eat cigarettes. They'd nose it around at your pocket. That we would worm them with chewing tobacco.
Yeah, chewing
I
tobacco.
forget what brand it was.
I don't remember.
Yeah. And before that, before our time, people used axle grease out of wagons. Called red top axle grease. They'd worm their livestock with. And I don't know in all parts of the country. I'm just talking about where we've been.
Yeah, one time we was riding, which we'd done that a lot, a 9-hour trip back in the foothills. It was all day long. So we'd be all tired when we come back, and we'd follow this creek back. And his horse was called Big Red. And Big Red, he knew the way home. And plus he followed tracks, he could see the tracks. So Bill, he goes to sleep on his horse. And that horse, he'd be out in front of me. I'd see Bill sleeping. But anyway, you know, if you was asleep at the wheel of a car,
That would have been a ticket.
it would. You
Well,
don't sleep with a go with a horse being sleepy.
I think what we done before that, we found a big water tank, spring fed out of the side of the mountain, and we went swimming. It was hot. 100
Yeah.
degrees or better that day.
Yeah,
And
we had a lot of fun.
Put the horses in. There was a corral there. It was actually private property, but it wasn't marked. I found that later. I talked to the people that owned it, and they
Yeah,
said,
go ahead.
make yourself at home anytime. Just shut gates behind you. But it was a big round tank. It was as big as this room here. Probably this room's 16 foot square, and it was probably that big. Big metal tank.
Yeah, it had a ladder going up and a
Yeah,
little
there
deck.
was a little wooden deck on the side of it.
Yeah.
And we just, there was a corral there with a water trough, and the big tank siphoned into the water trough, so we just locked the horses up in that corral.
Took
There
their
was
saddle
grass.
off.
There was a lot of grass in there. Unsaddled them, and we just sat there on the edge of that tank, on that deck, and took our boots off. And we'd been riding a good part of the day, and kind of cooled our feet off. And I thought, heck with this, I'm going swimming.
You're gonna jump in.
But that's why
Yeah.
I took a nap on the horse. You get sleepy after swimming, or I do.
Yeah, I couldn't touch the bottom of that.
No, it was about 6 foot deep. And nice. It was cold, but it was a nice. It was probably a half a day ride from the house.
Yeah.
And,
Well, Bill's sharpening up the knife for me. So thanks for watching from Out West Homestead. And Sonny's out here enjoying the heater. Bye. Our rain barrels was getting empty. That's fresh water for the dogs. And they're filling up. And that one's not too much, but this one's getting more water. So we're glad to see some rain come. The horses are still eating their hay. This is a nice slow rain. It was 50 degrees this morning. So that's pretty nice. I'm really enjoying this rain. I like it.